Hey guys, Drudder here. It's March the 29th. 2.5 weeks or so since the Fukushima plant started to melt down, and facts are still very skimpy. In fact, that picture there is one of the only pictures we have of the entire ordeal. For some reason, there are no cameras or video cameras allowed on the site. They do a flyover with a helicopter every few days, and I never really seen anyone working on these buildings. A couple of pictures I've seen of some water being sprayed in, but the information is pretty scarce coming out of there, and I think it's something to be not worried about, but something to be informed about. There's a lot of people putting out videos saying, end the fear, don't buy the fear, stop the fear, all the doom porn. Well, I'm sorry that the information is so scary. I really am. I wish it wasn't scary. I wish this was a good news story, but it isn't. And it's not doom porn if it's real. I mean, if you can't handle it, then just turn away. But don't get in the way of the rest of us who are trying to find out what's going on. And we're after the truth here. We're not out to scare ourselves or make ourselves pee our pants, as you like to say. We are actually not interested in that. We're interested in the truth and finding out. So I'm just pointing out here that there's not a lot of information. The information you get is vague, or it's just a lie, and then you find out later. You know, we're told to believe that the situation is serious but improving, and that the radiation levels aren't too bad. I mean, at first it was, there is no radiation, and then it was, well, it's the same as the background radiation. And then it was, it's only just above background radiation. And then it was, it's not imminently dangerous to human tissues. And then it's only minor damage to human tissues. And then it's dangerous, but not too bad for you. So just hang in there, and we're going to keep on working on this thing. Well, where are the photos and the videos of this? Where is the proof that there is no danger to human tissue? Radiation is being found in the air, soil, ocean, the food, tap water, near the plant, as well as in distant regions, very far away, all through Japan and elsewhere now. Deadly levels and types, like plutonium, of radioactive particles have now been found under the containment vessels themselves. Now, TEPCO claims that they don't know why that's there. Well, let's put two and two together, shall we? You got radioactive fuel rods inside the containment vessels that aren't being cooled, and when that happens, they melt down and they melt through and end up underneath the containment vessels. I mean, it's not too hard to figure out what happened here. You don't just get plutonium and cesium and iodine and other radioactive compounds just randomly appearing. And if you did, you know, why aren't we seeing them underneath the Eiffel Tower or on top of Empire State's building? It's because there's no nuclear reactors there. So let's just put two and two together and realize that there has been a meltdown of the fuel rods. TEPCO's got a long history of lying to the public about dangers and about the incidents that happen at their facilities. This has happened before. Not as bad as this, but it's happened before, and they lied all the way through. The reactors here have exploded and burned. You can't get all that much worse than that unless there had been a mushroom cloud. Well, I guess there was, but it wasn't a big one. We can't even get near these reactors to do anything to them. We're working with hoses on the end of cranes and stuff like that. I mean, if it was easily fixable, they would probably be in there fixing it, but they can't get near it. And these people are risking their lives, and a lot of them are giving their lives, exposing themselves to this radiation, and they won't make it through this. I mean, some have already died, and they will continue to die, and it's a sad, sad situation. But, I mean, they want us to believe it's under control. It isn't. TEPCO has been caught blatantly lying to the public throughout this ordeal, and they'll continue to do so. There is no plan. No plan. Radiation has now touched every person in the northern hemisphere. Whether you like it or not, I mean, it's not doom porn, it's not pessimism porn, it's just, sorry, this is just what's happening. The levels are continuing to rise rapidly, and same thing can be said about associated cancers probably over the next several decades. I mean, that's what happened with Chernobyl. And this is on the same scale as Chernobyl. Contrary to news reports and TEPCO statements, radiation of this kind isn't either at a safe or unsafe level. No amount of it is good for you, or safe in any way. Anyone pointing this out is labeled a fearmonger, or Chicken Little. The situation is actually affecting all of us, and like I said before, if you're going to bury your head in the sand, that's fine. But don't bury your head in the sand and at the same time tell anyone who wants to be informed that they are a fearmonger. It is scary. I'll admit that, it is scary. But you got to know what you're up against. Just hiding away from it and saying, oh, too scary, pessimism. Yeah, that's not gonna save your ass. So let's just pay attention to what's actually happening out there, and then we can deal with the situation accurately. Okay? In Libya, Canada is now leading the attack, which makes me incredibly ashamed to be a Canadian. The, quote, no-fly zone, of course, is being used as a declaration of war, essentially. We're now saving the people of Libya by killing them and blowing up their towns and vehicles, buildings, and so forth. We're making generations now, more and more generations of bitter enemies against the West, including Canada now. We might as well lump ourselves in there. We haven't been hated worldwide until this point, so why don't we start now? We are the terrorists. Canada, United States, France. We are the terrorists. I'm not saying that we should, but why are we not killing Gaddafi if Gaddafi is the problem? If we're trying to stop Gaddafi from hurting his people, why are we attacking his people? Why are we not attacking him? Does anyone not notice this? Does anyone not see how stupid this is? We're saying that we're there to save his people from him, but we're leaving him and we're bombing his people. Please pay attention to what's going on here. The US has announced, quote, we don't want to use force in Libya. Is this not force? Could there be anything more forceful than bombing, shooting and attacking and killing people in Libya? What is their definition of force then? What you're witnessing here is the death throes of the Western Empire. This is happening live in front of your eyes. You are alive to witness the end of the Western civilization.
Muammar Gaddafi has lost the confidence of his people and the legitimacy to rule.
Obama and Harper have lost the confidence of their people and the legitimacy to rule.